Students, this is Sriram Shastri. I once again welcome you back to my new video session. So this video is continuation of the last topics that is related to environmental pollution. Today we are going to discuss about the pollution and human health. What are the effects of these pollutants on human health? Today we are going to discuss about that. So basically, if you talk about the different pollutants, we can classify as air pollutants and their effects, water pollutants and their effects. So today in this video, we are going to discuss basically about the first two things, that is the water pollutants and before that air pollutants. So if you talk about the air pollutants and their effects on human health, basically human health is being continuously destructed because of air pollution. They cause different human diseases, pulmonary diseases or respiratory diseases in human beings. Okay, so the diseases which affect the respiratory system, the lungs of human beings is called as respiratory diseases or pulmonary diseases. So the examples of those diseases what we can see on the board are emphysema, that is lung cancer, second is lung cancer, edema, third one, fourth is pulmonary fibrosis, and the fifth one is pneumoconiosis. Okay, so what is emphysema? Emphysema is prolonged what you call as exposure to certain corrosive or certain pollutants present in the air which cause permanent damage to the alveoli, resulting in shortness of breath and a heavy pressure on the heart, resulting in heart failure and death. Okay, so emphysema is respiratory failure because of damage to alveoli. Secondly, lung cancer. Lung cancer is again tumorous development inside the lungs that can be because of nicotine which is present in smoking, the cigarettes or bidi. Also, benzopyrene, one of the environmental pollutant released from industries, again it can also affect in causing lung cancers. Then if you talk about edema, edema is excess fluid collection inside the lungs. Lungs will be filled with the fluids because of again exposure to pollutants. These pollutants are unfavorable for the lungs and they cause excess fluid production resulting in collection of fluid in the alveoli. The surface area for exchange of gases reduces, resulting in shortness of breath and difficulty in breathing, and can cause in severe conditions death also. Pulmonary fibrosis. Now pulmonary fibrosis is another condition where again a person's lungs becomes hard, the tissue of the lungs becomes hard because of exposure to pollutants present in the air, and hardening of the tissue results which causes again damage for exchange of gases, and proper breathing mechanism will not be possible because of hardening of tissues. Then pneumoconiosis is what you call as retention or deposition of certain solid particulate matter into the lungs is called as the pneumoconiosis. The further examples what we quote for pneumoconiosis can be asbestosis and silicosis. The the stone crushing industries, or what you can say the sand industries or glass industries, or where there is a possibility of cement production, there generally the dust of the stones is released into the air, and this dust when it is inhaled and gets deposited into the lungs, it causes hardening of the tissue which is called as pneumoconiosis, or preferably with respect to the particular particle we can name it as silicosis if silica is deposited, asbestosis if asbestos is deposited. Okay, so then we'll continue what you call as with the water pollution effects in human beings. So basically these are the water pollutants, effects of water pollutants on human beings. We can start with malaria. Malaria is a disease which is been spread from human to human by a mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. There are different varieties of malaria. It is caused by a protozoan called as Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, and Plasmodium malariae. There are four species of Plasmodium: Plasmodium malaria, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium ovale. So they are being transmitted from person to person by female Anopheles mosquito. So if nearby the human habitat there is a huge collection of rainwater or open drainage system, then these organisms, especially the mosquitoes, will start reproducing and laying their eggs in the water body, because the larva develops inside the water. If water body is open, then the mosquitoes population tends to increase, and also it can increase in a spreading of these diseases. Not only malaria, it can be also related to dengue. It is also caused by what you call as a virus called as the dengue virus, but being transmitted again by parasite, or you can say a vector called as the mosquito. Again, the mosquito which transferred dengue fever is the white striped mosquito, that is Aedes aegypti is the scientific name of it. Again, there are various vector related diseases which are spread through water because of the vectors. Vectors are the animals or the insects which transmit this disease. They are called as vectors. Okay. So Japanese encephalitis is there, which is also called as chamki bukhar, where the brain is affected. Encephalitis. The word encephalitis refers to brain inflammation of the meninges of the brain, or inflammation of the tissue surrounding the brain. It is also a very deadly disease, usually caused by certain organisms. Again, it spreads through water as a mean. Cerebral malaria is another one. Then London cholera epidemic, cholera or Hyza, again it is also spread by water bodies because of improper drainage system and improper so on and improper maintenance of fecal matter, improper disposal of fecal matter. Then blue body, again presence of nitrates as pollutants in water causes blue body syndrome. Again, if you talk about Minamata disease, metal toxicity disease in Minamata Bay of Japan, the mercury got released into the water body, resulted in a deposition of mercury inside the fishes, and from fishes it was engulfed by human beings as in the form of food, and it caused a disease called as Minamata disease, because the place from where it started, it is named as Minamata disease. Then even there is leucomelanosis is there, and complete or incomplete or partial damage to aquatic habitat. The death of fishes, death of crustaceans, death of animals living in the water because of pollutants, the development of what you call as algae on the surface, which is called as algal blooming. Also, you can say oil spills and trapping of organisms because of oil spills and death of them. Impurities, release of impurities into the water body causes a thermal shock or a chemical shock or a chemical change, pH change, which results in death of the aquatic life. So these all effects are again because of the water pollutants. Most important water pollutants which generally cause effect on human being, the phenomena which causes effect on human being is eutrophication, and accelerated eutrophication is there. Along with that, you can add biomagnification. Okay, so biomagnification, eutrophication, and accelerated eutrophication. So for today we have discussed about the effects of water pollutants on human health and air pollutants on human health. I would like to stop this video here itself. In the next video session we'll continue with the next topic, that is effects of the pollutants on human health with respect to other pollutants. Thank you.